Today's guest just arrived and he's getting situated. Good morning. Welcome to Wendy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. It's September 2nd. It's a new month. And today's weather, in a word, is dreary. It's a rainy morning. It's going to be high of 80 degrees, but I think it's going to be kind of dreary and rainy all day. So hopefully tomorrow will be better in terms of the weather. Today's menu, today for lunch, we are serving steak ossobuco with a baked potato and pears for dessert. And for dinner, we are serving 4-bean soup to start with baked ziti and zucchini medley for dinner and sponge cake for dessert. We can bring Mohamed over, yeah. Mohamed's getting ready. Today in history, in 1931, Bing Crosby made his solo radio debut. In 1936, the first transatlantic round-trip air took place. First transatlantic flight took place in 1949. Oh boy, I'm messing things up today. We got to do a redo. In 1949, the movie Third Man with Orson Welles was released. In 1969, the first ATM machine was installed, and that was in Rockefeller Center in New York State. In 1971, teens Chris Evert and Jimmy Connor won their first matches at the U.S. Open Championships, which is actually a good preview because today we're going to be talking tennis with our guests. So why don't, this is actually a good time. We're going to pan out so that everyone can meet Mohamed. Welcome, Mohamed.
Hi, how are you?
It's great to see you.
Thank you.
Mohamed is a resident of our assisted living program, and he's a tennis connoisseur, expert.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk a lot of tennis today. But first, let's just finish about the day in history. In 1987, the first CD video was introduced by Philips. Celebrity birthdays today. When's your birthday, Mohamed? What month?
June 22nd.
June 22nd.
54, yeah.
Does that make you a Gemini or a Cancer?
Cancer.
A Cancer. Okay, just like David Pomerantz. Okay, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Okay, so birthdays today for celebrities are Keanu Reeves, Lennox Lewis, Salma Hayek, and Jimmy Connors. Another connection to tennis that we have for today. Today's birthday is for residents. We have Georgina M. and Domenica A. We don't actually have any staff birthdays today. But if it is your birthday, your horoscope says, aim to be positive and progressive in everything you think, say, and do over the coming year. The more you can persuade yourself to believe that life is good and getting better every minute, the more likely it is events will work out the way you want them to, which is great. We always talk about the power of positive thinking, right?
That's true.
So important.
Without a positive thinking, you're not going anywhere.
Very important. So the U.S. Open started this week. Have you seen any of the matches?
I haven't seen any, no.
I haven't seen any either, but I've seen highlights on TV. We're going to talk tennis today. But if anyone watched tennis who's watching our show today, you may have noticed that Serena Williams broke a record. I don't know if you heard about this.
No.
Okay, she had a shaky start. She lost her first service game and she fell behind, but she came back to break Chris Everett's record. She pushed 13 aces to post a 7-5, 6-3 first round victory over fellow American Christy Ahn, who I had not heard of. Christy Ahn. Have you heard of that tennis player? No, but maybe she's an up-and-comer. But so Serena won her 102nd Flushing match.
Wow.
And that topped Chris Everett's all-time record. So that's a little bit of tennis preview. So Mohamed, maybe you could share with our viewers a little bit about yourself. I know you're from Egypt originally.
Yeah, I'm originally from Egypt. I came here to the United States about maybe 45 years ago.
Okay.
And I was coming just as a tourist. When I experienced the life here, the freedom and everything, I said, I'm not going back to Egypt. This is where I find, this is where I born, and I stayed. I got married and I have 2 kids. Then.
And you built your life here.
And I built my life here, yeah.
So have you ever been back to Egypt?
I've been back to Egypt 4 years ago only,
Okay, for the first time?
for the first time. So I stayed here about 40 years,
Wow.
and I went back. Yeah.
So, how did that feel? What was it like to experience
I,
it?
for them, I was somebody who strange, because we don't talk the same, we don't think the same. They have their own thinking, and we have our own thinking. Our thinking is freedom. We talk, we say what we think. Over there, no, you have to watch who's around you. So sometimes you hold what you want to say.
Did you bring your children too?
Yeah.
So what was their impression? Because that must have been the first time, right?
My kids actually grow up there because they born here.
Yes.
Then we went down there. They saw Egypt. Then we came back. So they know that, but they were young. They didn't remember anything. So when I myself, I was strange to them. This guy is not from us, you know.
Right.
Yeah, he say what he wants. He do whatever he like, and I said that's the life in America. As long as you respect everybody around you, you're not hurting anybody. You can do and say whatever you want. For them, no. There is, if your father is around, if your older brother or sister is around, you have to hold some stuff back or some say back. So it was a little struggle.
Right.
Struggle.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you must feel like you're a true New Yorker these days.
Say it again.
Do you feel like you're a New Yorker?
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, some of the Egyptians at the time, you know, they know about America, they hear about America, they watch movies or news about America, so they say, "You talk like New Yorker." I said, "What?"
Well, I don't think you have a New York accent quite yet.
No, the way I think, the way I talk, yeah,
Right.
like New York.
Right.
This is New York people who the one they talk this way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you see any family members when you went there? Do you still have family in Egypt?
Yeah, all my family. I'm the only one who left, and I have 3 sisters and 3 brothers because we were 7. My older brother died, so I have me and my 2 brothers and sisters.
And they're still there.
Oh, they're still there.
And they have no interest in coming to the United States.
No.
They're settled.
They lived all their life in Egypt, and if you talk to them like you're strange, like, what is he saying? What is she saying? Yeah,
Right.
It's the way we think is different from the way
Right.
they think. Yeah.
So how did you get the strength to stay and leave your family there? That must have been difficult.
When I came here, you're talking about here when I came here?
Yeah.
Because I was married and I have my kids. My life is here. If I wasn't married, I'd probably stay 4 years, 5 years, and bye-bye and go back there. But
Right.
my kids, my wife, my life was here. So I said, that's it. Plus, the freedom of doing things.
Yes.
Nobody tell you what to do.
Yeah.
You can do it as long as you respect everybody else.
Right.
That's the way, the difference between here and in Egypt. You gotta watch everything. You gotta watch what you say.
I've never been to Egypt, but I always look at those pictures of the pyramids.
Amazing.
Can you maybe paint a picture for us? Because I don't know how many of our viewers have gotten the opportunity to go there.
Yeah. The pyramids is something when you see it, you just It's really something amazing, and if you think about how they build this huge thing, where they get all these strings, and how with all the power and the energy they put to align every stone one on top of each other for as long as high it is, your mind go ballistic, because You can't imagine. You can't imagine, really.
Yeah.
And the weight of the stones, you know, the blocks itself, is very, very, very heavy.
Sure.
How they carry all this, they put it up there. It's amazing. It will drive you crazy when you think about it.
Do you know at what time period they were built?
Not really. I can't say because, you know, that's history.
Yes.
But I know
That must have taken a long time for them to create,
it's a long
right?
time ago. It's a long time
Yeah.
ago. When they built it, they were, in my opinion, my belief, the way I believe it, they have some kind of technology we don't know about it. Because
To make them, to bring it to life, to make it happen.
it's true. But
Yeah.
when you see it, you believe it.
Right.
But talking about it, you might say he's crazy or, you know, there's no technology at this time. But the way the steps, the stones align against each other precisely,
Right, right.
it drives you crazy.
Wow.
How these people able to do that?
Is there anything that you miss about Egypt?
I miss everything about Egypt. You see, the life in Egypt, let's talk about family.
Yes.
It's very tight. So between your family, you don't feel lonely.
Do they live in the same home? Is that it?
No,
Or just nearby?
no, nearby,
Okay.
around, whatever. Because every day, everybody asks about you. And if you didn't show up, if you didn't go where you're supposed to meet, somebody come knock on the door and
Check on you.
to make sure you're okay.
Oh,
Not like here, you know. Here sometimes we sit a week, 2, 3, and there is no even phone call. No.
And people are spread out around, you know, people might move to different parts of the country, but it sounds like in Egypt they stay close together.
Stay close, and even if they move, they always find a way to contact you. They want to know what you're doing, how you're doing, is everything okay? If you need anything, that's the way.
Right.
That's when I was there. So
Right.
now I don't think changed a lot, but still the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now talk to us about your connection to tennis.
Oh, tennis was. It's a story because when I went to college, when I finished my high school and I went to college. Before we used to watch on TV, Ivan Lendl and tennis and Egyptian against Russian against American against who. So my interest was in tennis, and my dream to be a tennis player. First of all, the first sport in Egypt is soccer.
Okay.
Everybody plays soccer, and so I don't want to be the same. I want to be different from everybody, because if you're different, you're gonna be famous fast.
Okay.
Yeah. So because instead of 1,000, you're gonna be 10, so everybody will know you. So I start training when I went to college. I start training in tennis, and because I was tall and I have strength, I picked it up fast. And I used to train like, say, 6 or 7 hours a day between free time. I go train.
Wow.
Go train, yeah.
On your own or with a trainer?
My own.
On your own. So you
In
okay.
my own. When I went to college, we got a trainer, and they try to teach us the right way. And one of the trainers, he came and told me, "You're gonna be somebody if you keep doing the same." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "You have the ability to go to the top, so don't stop. If you're really interested, don't stop." But the problem is, in Egypt, tennis wasn't the sports.
Mm-hmm.
Soccer was the sport.
Right.
But I said, I don't want to play soccer because everybody plays soccer. I want to play tennis.
So did you play in college?
Tennis?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then what happened after college? Did you have aspirations to go professional and
in college, I played Ivan Lendl when I was in college.
Yes, share that story because I know you told me
Yeah.
about that. Ivan
When
Lendl, that's amazing. Tell us about that.
Yeah, when I was in college, I was training, and one of my trainers came and said, Ivan Lendl is coming here. I said, okay. You want to play him? I said, man, he's going to sweep the floor with, with me, so I'm not going to do it. He said, no, you have the ability to be somebody.
Yes.
So if you play him, you can learn from him. You can learn how to play the power for every shot. So we're going to put your name that you're one of the people. And I said, okay, it's fine with me. And one thing he said, we're going to pay you for that.
You're going to pay you to play Ivan
Pay
Lendl?
me Ivan Lendl,
Okay.
yeah. Because it was like the Egyptian tournament.
Okay.
So they got me a professional trainer, and he trained me for about 3 months.
To get ready.
To get ready
For
and
Ivan.
to teach me how to play professionally.
Okay.
So for 3 months, I trained, and I became acceptable, not very, very good.
Yes.
So, and he said, you're ready. And you probably beat him if you play the same or better.
Okay.
Because, they come in here, they know everybody's ability. So if you show more interest, you probably do it. So anyway, Ivan Lendl came, and it was the Egyptian master.
Okay.
Like, yeah, And we were like a couple of people. And I went against him, and we play one game. He swept the floor with me because,
No.
I'm serious.
Did you get any good hits against him?
I have a lot of good hits.
Okay.
But because he is professional,
Yes.
he knows what to expect.
Right.
And he knows where to hit the ball, so he can expect what you're going to do. So we played, and actually after that he came and shook my hand. He said, if you keep doing the same, you're going to be somebody. And if you need my help, contact me, and I will leave my
Wow.
Yeah. So after that, I stayed for a few years, but after that, my life had changed.
In what way?
At this time, my interest in tennis became stronger.
Okay.
And I know as long as I'm staying in Egypt, I'm not going nowhere.
Okay.
Because in Egypt, the main sport is soccer.
Yes. Right.
And I said, I'm not going to stay in Egypt. I got to go like Ivan Lendl, live somewhere where they appreciate what you do.
Sure.
Yeah. So that was in like 76 or something like that.
Okay.
My life and my thinking start, you can't stay in Egypt. You're born in Egypt, but the life is not for you here.
Did you play tennis in the United States?
No, never. That's the problem.
Even for fun on a weekend? Was that deliberate or it just happened that way?
It happened that way. Because when I came to the United States, I was 27.
Yes.
So this is like anywhere I go, they say, your age is a little bit.
Right.
So they demotivate me, and I didn't continue. But as friendly between me, my friends, or whatever,
Yes.
we used to play, and
Okay.
it was good, yeah.
Now, what do you think about today's tennis players? Do you have any favorites?
Not really. I mean, they all very strong. They're stronger than
Yeah.
my time.
Sure.
Amazing,
Yeah.
And their time is better than our time because they have a lot of opportunities, But the problem is, it's too many people. In my time, it wasn't too many, Now, every country has, thousands.
Yeah.
Not, so.
And there's a lot of up-and-comers.
It is.
Well,
And the problem is everybody come to tennis because they think it's for the money. Sports is not for the money. Yeah, money is part of it. Sports for fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to have a passion for it.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
You know, we have some tennis trivia that we wanted to share, so we'll share the trivia. You'll tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Did you know that tennis balls were originally white? Did you know that? Not
Tennis-
yellow.
the ball.
The ball. They were originally white.
Yeah, white, yeah.
Not yellow. The yellow balls, tennis balls, were used at Wimbledon for the first time, actually in 1986.
Okay.
I always like to watch the Wimbledon matches. Do you watch that?
Amazing.
Isn't that great on the grass?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I love that tournament. And speaking of Wimbledon, did you know that there's a pineapple on top of the Wimbledon trophy? Apparently, it represents the tradition of English sailors putting pineapples on their gateposts when they return from a long voyage. Interesting trivia, right?
Yes, it is.
Not sure how tennis became associated with long trips at the sea, but it did remind me about the importance of warding off scurvy. So, well done, Pineapple Trophy. The longest match on record took place in 2010 at Wimbledon. I don't know if you remember this match. John Isner and Nicholas Mahut, they went gladiator on the courts in a ridiculously epic 6-4, 3-6, 6-7, 7-6 win for Eisner that spanned 3 days and lasted 11 hours and 5 minutes.
Jesus.
Could you imagine the stamina to play that length of tennis?
Yeah, amazing, amazing.
On the total polar opposite, the Eisner Mahut from that, there was a very short match with Steffi Graf that took place in 1988. She took on Natalia Zavarova in the 6-0, 6-0 win, and she defended her title in just 34 minutes.
I think I
remember that
saw.
one?
I think, yeah.
Steffi Graf, she was a great player.
Yes.
She married Andre Agassi.
Yes.
I bet their kids play tennis.
Yeah.
Tennis was initially played with your hands. Did you know that? No tennis rackets.
Oh,
played
really?
With your hands.
No, I didn't know that.
And it was originally called jeu de paume, which is game of the palm, and people's hands were presumably worn in red until the 16th century when rackets came into use. And it was only in 2007 that prize money for Wimbledon winners became equal for men and women. It took that long to have equal pay.
Yeah.
Better late than never, as they say, yes?
Yeah.
And there's no definitive reason why we say love for zero in tennis. Some think it comes from the French expression la ouf, as in egg, meaning zero. There's also a chance that it came from the Dutch expression. Now, I'm going to really botch this up. It's voorlof don. Do you know how to speak Dutch? That translates into something like, there's no stake in the game.
Yeah.
So basically, choose your own hard-to-pronounce expression and run with it. Before we close, we do ask our guests, Mohamed, 4 questions that are just for fun. So the first question is, what's your favorite food?
Oh.
Is it Egyptian food? What's your all-time favorite?
It's Egyptian food.
And what would that be? Tell us.
You probably know it here, like we call it in Arabic mahshi.
Okay.
It's the stuffed grape, the stuff, they get like the grape leaves and they add rice, meat, chopped meat,
Grape leaves, yeah.
Yeah, grape leaf. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. And in Egypt, everything we do it by hand. We don't use fork. We don't use no. You just hip and eat.
That sounds very sloppy. You need to have a lot of napkins, right?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Do you have a favorite lucky number?
21.
21. Okay. And Mohamed, this is kind of a funny question. If they were making a big Hollywood blockbuster movie about your life, what celebrity, what actor would you want to play the role of you?
I don't think anybody can play the role of me.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer. You're unique.
Yeah.
Last question for you. If you were not a human, what animal would you be?
Oh, a dog.
A dog.
Yeah.
Do you love
because
dogs?
I love dogs, and the dogs are very loyal and friendly.
Yes.
That's that's I am. That's me.
That's a good trait.
Yeah.
Before we say goodbye to you, we have a commemorative Good Morning Hebrew Home mug that is all for you. So
Thank you.
enjoy that.
Thank you.
And closing notes, stay tuned for this channel. Later today, soon after, we have Bible study with Rabbi Noah. That's coming up at 11:15. Wellness is with Deborah at 1:30. We have a concert with Larry at 2:30. And there's a rebroadcast of this show at 6:30 on Channel 88 if you want to
Sure.
watch Mohamed again. So, Mohamed, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For joining
Thank
us
you for
today.
having me. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to chat with you.
Thank you.
And thanks to everybody for watching today and spending some time with us. Enjoy the day.
That's a nice car.